Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bit. Oh shit, did nobody come to see you old? It's a focus, shoot 100 shots, no reloading. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, where my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. Stay gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bun and don't speak. Pour up, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh wee, nothing in their mouth and on their booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kicking back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches is some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island, cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island, cause I look my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness.
You better run them donations, baby. Run them donations, baby. Run them donations, baby.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, bow, bow. So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys with them knives.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water walk till it's hot. Listen up, look, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State gang, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says lonely at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block. You probably get shot. Every day the sun change. We getting money, that's what thing is never gonna stop. Real dope boys do what it takes. Playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet. No matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
Good evening, people. Good evening. My fingers was big. I was trying to scroll up so I could have the next thing ready, and then I hit the wrong button twice. It just, yeah, it was.
I hate when I do that. Yeah.
It was a debacle. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? We got I'm sure everybody know Jed had the Zoom appearance today earlier. It's a continuation, August 21st. We didn't hear much from either side. The lawyer for the YouTuber Burgundy Blue, she was just saying that she was being harassed and people had been pulling up to her house, but they ain't got nothing to do with him. He ain't told nobody to do that, so it'd be hard to prove. He's told nobody to attack her, unsubscribe from her, or anything. But it was also funny that this woman told the judge who has a public office that he gonna be looked up. For what? Unless he do something corrupt. But he ain't worried about that because he's a public figure, just like the lady is a public figure. This lady sitting up there with her name on the screen talking about we gonna get looked up. That's funny as shit. I don't know what's wrong with these people. These are grown adults saying things like this. We gonna get looked up. Her client got her full name on there, but she don't want to show her face. She has a YouTube channel where she showed her face several times. She got her face with pictures, taking pictures with people. She got lives and all of this stuff, but that's where we at with it on that. So tonight going to, but yeah, Jay, me personally, I don't think the woman filed a police report. I think she just asked for a order of protection, and she did like right now. She probably lied on the order of protection, but I don't think she filed a police report. It's happened to me before too from a YouTuber. Because in the order of protection, she had said that I was at her house and we had a dispute. And I was like, you didn't make no police report of this? I wanted to see if the police report was gonna pop up in that too. No, she just said it in the order of protection, and she ain't win it. So one thing she was fearful she would have a police report, but I don't think she actually filed one. But she probably on the order of protection. My part that I saw was redacted, so I don't know what was in there. We'll see. She ain't had that lawyer neither, because they give women these things when they file order of protection. They just give them a lawyer for some odd reason. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. August 21st. The Zoom links is gonna be crunk. I'm sure everybody's gonna be on it now. I was on it. I ain't had no. What you have, Gabe, before I get started?
Oh, my quick live read? Okay. Can I just get that out the way? Hey everyone, it's your friendly gift here. Are you tired of settling for off-the-shelf computers that don't suit your needs? Well, I've got a guy for you. MC the Shiznit. He is my personal go-to guy for custom PCs. that are crafted exactly to your specifications. Imagine this: a computer built to your extensive gaming needs for your content creation.
We can't hear Gabe.
Gaming. You can't hear?
I think he had a Corner Store commercial, but I don't know. We can't hear him. No, we can't hear anything, Gabe. Nothing. Yeah, no sound. All right, until he gets back, here we go. Lead attorney got Kayla Bumpus. Apparently, she is popping up everywhere. And then when we get done with that, we're going to listen to Woody's top 50 moments from this damn trial. Because Woody's he's a character. He could have a reality show. Oh no, where's my volume?
Where you practice. First, just introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are, where you practice, and kind of orient everybody as to who Miss Kayla Bumpus is, please.
I practice about 50% criminal and 50% personal injury. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows, because I see on the internet, that I started off in the DA's office. I was there for about a year and a half before I went out on my own. But
okay, so let's jump in right there, because that's very interesting. You mentioned that you were in the DA's office. Were you in, when you say the DA's office, the district attorney's office, are you talking about the same district attorney's office that we're watching right now, the district attorney's office in Fulton County?
Yes, but I worked under the Paul Howard administration.
Okay, them was some days. We ain't get into it, but them was some days. So are you from Atlanta, or where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta.
All right, an Atlanta native. Listen, we are hard to find. All right, all you guys down from New York, New Jersey, everything. Y'all are diluting us. All right, so Miss Bumpus is from Atlanta, and then she started working at some point in the DA's office. And then you mentioned that you were there for about a year and a half. You worked under the previous administration, not in Fannie's, Fani, not in her office, or not while she was at the helm, but the previous district attorney, Paul Howard. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, and so you practice about half criminal and then half PI, personal injury. So you making that money. All right, Ms. Bumpus, got it. And you not only do you practice here in Atlanta, but you also practice is it in Texas as well?
Houston. Yeah, I live in Houston, but I'm all the way barred there yet. They have reciprocity with Georgia, but I do anticipate to be barred pretty soon.
Awesome. All right. So she making money in multiple states, guys. All right. Let's kind of start at the beginning, and we have your motion to quash, which I thought was beautifully drafted. Me and AV, we read a lot of these documents, and sometimes, you know, they're just horrible to read, but yours was amazing, to be honest. How did you first find out about little Woody? You know, how did you first meet him? I think it's been speculated that you had represented him previously.
Yes, I represented him previously. Okay,
so you already had a legal relationship with him. And then at a certain point, Woody hired an attorney. Do you know what the gentleman's name was? I'm slipping on his name.
Yes, the previous Jonathan Milnick.
Milnick, okay, excellent. And then there was some back and forth with Milnick. Now, there was one part of the story that I didn't understand, and it was about the exchange of emails. And the district attorney, or let's say one of the ADAs, kept talking about the email where Mr. Milnick wrote "F you" to somebody. Do you understand what that situation was?
No, that was okay. So you have to remember, I actually was just standing in for Attorney Milnick. Mm-hmm. I wasn't hired to represent Woody or Kenneth Copeland at all. I was just standing in for Attorney Milnick. So I guess whatever was exchanged prior to me becoming involved, I never even saw the email. So I heard what you guys heard, but I never saw it.
Got you. And I do want to point out that you pronounce Woody's name Woody. Is that how he pronounces it? Little Woody?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, no, I appreciate it. You know, we've been pronouncing, listen, guys over here, you know, we pronounce names all wrong all the time. You know, I've said Fannie Willis about 3,000 times, and along with everybody else, and now she's saying, "Oh, the lead attorney's sexualizing my name." No, it looks like Fannie. All right, but it's Fannie, fair enough. So Woody is how you pronounce it. So
yeah, I have to remember if I'm saying it right sometimes because everyone says Fanny. I'm like, it's Fanny.
Just a quick question, Kayla. Do we pronounce your name Kayla or Kyla? It's Kayla? Okay, perfect. I just had a quick question for you because you said you were standing in. How did that happen? Like, did you and Melnick know each other? Like, did y'all set that up separately? How did that stand-in process kind of take place?
Well, I mean, that's common for a lot of attorneys, especially in criminal defense, that, you know, there's something going on that we'll stand in for one of another. Me and Attorney Melnick have a wonderful working relationship. He stands in for me, I stand in for him. Gotcha. And so I'm pretty sure he just knew he could call me because he's done me a million favors. I've done him a million favors. That's just what we do for each other.
Gotcha.
100%. And that happens so often, guys. That's why it's good sometimes to have partners, law partners, or even attorneys who you can call as a friend, because many times they'll stand in for you. They won't charge you anything if it's something small, just like a little appearance, a little calendar call, or this or that. Now, but it also happens, guys, and I've had this happen to me over my 20-year career, where somebody says, "Hey, lead, just go over here." Or she already know. Miss Kyla's up on game, right? And it looks a little bit like that's kind of what happened to you. Where, listen, she already knows it. She reading my mind.
Can you just go take this one little plea for me? All the terms are worked out.
Yes, that's exactly right. And then you get up there, and then the judge is like, "All right, are you ready to pick a jury?" And you're like, "Wait a minute." You go, "What? I showed up to sign 3 pieces of paper, and now you talking about picking a jury." Sometimes it's not the attorney's fault. Sometimes things just blow up, guys. Mm-hmm. And that happens so many times, even on your cases where you're not covering for anybody. You'll show up to court thinking that it's one thing and stuff is unraveled and it's another. Actually, it'll even happen with your own client. You will work out a great plea offer with your client accepts on a Friday, you show up to close it out, and your client shows up and is like, "Yeah, I want to go to trial." Mm-hmm. You're like, "What are you talking about?" "Well, I talked to my mama and my girlfriend, and my mom and my girlfriend said,
my cellmate."
Don't forget about the cellmate. I told y'all back there they be talking. The worst thing, what you want to have is a client who's in isolation down at the jail, because if they sit in that damn day room and all they do is talk about the offers and how much they're going to get, and no, you shouldn't accept this and you shouldn't accept that, and make them take you to trial and make the state spend all its resources on you. I mean, they just start filling your clients' heads with BS. So you will show up to your own hearing not realizing that it's about to hit the fan. And so it appears that that's what happened to you. I believe Mr. Melnick, he had a conflict. He was about to go on vacation or was otherwise engaged. He asked you to cover. When you showed up, you were thinking that it was one thing and then it turned into another. When you were thinking that all you needed to do was kind of make sure that Woody was on the stand, or kind of what was your idea about what was supposed to happen that Monday?
Well, I'm not going to go into too much detail because, I still have my own pending situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where are you at? Are you in Atlanta? Because I think you got court tomorrow. You said I'm here. I'm waiting. All right, that is very true. But yeah, go ahead.
Just to reiterate what was said in open court was that I was there for purposes of either Mr. Copeland to purge himself from his contempt or to continue to stay pleading a fifth status. He decided that he wanted to go ahead and testify, which should have discharged me, because I was specifically there because everyone saw on Friday he decided he wanted to plead the fifth, which led to him being arrested and held in contempt. But once he decided that he was going to testify and essentially purge himself from that contempt, which means free himself from that contempt, then my services were no longer needed or required. And I say my services, but really Attorney Melnick's services.
Right. And I found it interesting, guys, and just to give you a little background, when we represent you as attorneys, we have a lot of obligations to you. And one of the things that we cannot do is just, fire you and leave it at that. We actually have to get permission from these judges to fire you. Now, judges are pretty liberal in allowing us to get out of the case, especially when the client wants us out. But even sometimes when they're not, as long as they don't have like a pending thing going on that's coming up the next day or something like that, the judges will let us out of the case. And I believe it was very interesting to me to watch that hearing where you showed up, because it seemed that Woody wanted you out of the case. All of the defense were fighting to have you out of the case. And even the prosecutor, I saw you talking with Miss Hyatt a lot, and Miss Hilton, I'm sorry. And she seemed like she was in agreement with you. It was like everybody in the courtroom wanted you out of the case except one particular person. Can you talk to us about kind of how you were feeling when everybody, including yourself, wanted out and the judge kind of kept you in?
Well, just not to say too much, because like I said, there's still some things that I have to work out myself, but Mr. Copeland and I were on the same page. He knew he knew that he didn't need me anymore, and there was no point for me to sit there all these days while he testified. That was like you said, everybody in the courtroom was on the same page. So him firing me was really an act of like, how else can we get her to be released?
Right.
It wasn't any bad blood or anything like that. And I think most people read the room, because I haven't seen anywhere where people pretty much think that it was that. Mm-hmm. But it was just kind of everybody coming together, like, let the girl go home.
Yes, because again, you don't even live here, right? You living out in.
She left early that day. I remember when they came back, and he was talking to Steele. He asked where Miss Bumpus was. He was looking. She had got on down on them people's ass.
Is that
right?
Wow.
Right.
And so, go ahead, AB.
I was going to say, so Caleb, how did you feel when he was talking about that 10-day rule? Like, he brought up the 10 days and kept talking to Woody like, hey, you still have 10 days to think about it. What was your reaction to that?
I mean, I just was very confused. I didn't understand what was going on. And, maybe I can come back after I'm clear, but it just was so much more to what was happening right then.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was super weird because, guys, again, the 10 days is really for your protection. If I want to drop you as a client, I have to give you 10 days in general for you to either find other representation or for you to let the judge know, he's charging me $75,000, but I paid $65,000. I don't have the other 10, but I've already paid 65. We need to have a hearing on this. He needs to do my case, even though I owe him 10,000. And so the 10 days really kind of gives you guys the protection. But the 10 days is not required if you guys fire us. If you guys say, hey, I don't want him either, then you don't need the 10 days. But the judge was very, very insistent on getting the 10 days. Why? Because the 10 days more or less would have gotten us where? To tomorrow, the 25th. And he was fighting so hard. The judge was. Speak of the devil, look here, we got him in the chat. Shout out to Judge Glanville has become a new member. Glanville, y'all see him down there.
The internet ain't shit. So somebody came in as Judge Glanville and became a member. These people play too goddamn much.
I don't think that's him. Kid was like, hold on.
No, that's not him. That's a troll.
For sure.
Thank you, Judge, for becoming a member. Shout out to Judge Glanville. But yeah, so it was super weird.
And those rules don't apply when you're being fired. or when your representation has ended, or when you were never the counsel of record. So
in the first place,
Okay.
he was what's the phrase Puppy that uses AB? He was
Scrambling and scraping.
yeah, the judge was scrambling and scraping, trying to keep Miss Kayla in, even though Woody wanted her out. The defense team wanted her out, and the prosecution team. I don't think I've ever seen one issue that united the whole courtroom except for Judge Lambo. And so we saw at the end, Glanville took a lunch, supposedly to let everyone else think about it, but apparently he was down there. He was in his office typing up a show cause order.
Right.
And then right when he finally agreed to release you, he kind of slid you the order. Did you know what it was when he gave it to you, or kind of what was it about?
I mean, I was sure, but I didn't know, but had an idea.
Really? I had no idea that he was going to try to call you back. And so that day really is tomorrow, right? So you're in Atlanta and you're prepared to show up, even though I don't think the judge mentioned anything else about that hearing. Have you heard if it's still on or not, or do you know anything about it?
I don't. I mean, I've heard different rumors and different theories, but as far as me being released from appearing tomorrow, that has not happened.
Got you. So you are planning to show up, and I guess everyone else too, I think, and shout out again to the brother taught that law. Excellent man. Excellent.
Well, and I just want to clarify, that was not an interview. Someone told me to come to his chat, but I appreciate him. Nothing like that. And they kept saying I was a bot, and I was like, drop the link.
They kept saying you were what?
This isn't her.
Oh, they didn't think it was really you.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how that happened.
So it was like completely unplanned?
Yeah, it wasn't. I was just like, it's really me.
Yeah, you were chilling on the couch. You were like, what? They did not think it was you, but it absolutely was. So you are planning to show up tomorrow unless you hear something different. And I think everyone else, including the security team, and including little Woody himself. Do you know if Woody's going to have representation at the supposed hearing tomorrow?
I'm not sure.
But it's not going to be you, is that right?
No, it's not.
Excellent. And I believe you mentioned on Brother Taught That Law's channel that at the secret meeting, there were about 14 different people in there.
I mean, there were different people, including, just court staff. So, I mean, no, but I can't really talk about that yet, but we will talk about it.
I hear you. Now, I will admit, Ms. Bumpus, that especially considering what the judge was thinking, and, I don't have any information. I'm just here watching like everybody else. I did think that it was you that was the mole. I did. And then I had infamous Sylvia come up a couple of days ago or last week, and I'm not sure if you met her. She is
I know Sylvia.
Yes, and she's been in the courtroom pretty much every single day, keeping tabs on this. And because she's been there for so long, she's developed relationships with people in the courtroom, defense attorneys, and even the family of Young Thug. She's pretty close to Young Thug's father.
Yes, she did it.
And so she has a lot of inside knowledge. And she came up and she was like, no. Kayla, in fact, is not the mole. It's not you. It's not you. Do you want to comment on anything about, if it was you, if it wasn't?
Okay, so she didn't snitch? Oh, shit, the judge spooked. He don't know who told. I bet it was one of them bailiffs.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I just let people think what they want to think.
She sounds just like Woody. What you mean? What you mean? Now, she said actually that she passed you, or she saw you going to the secret meeting that morning when you should. Oh yeah, listen. The streets have eyes and ears. Okay, you can't go anywhere. And according to her, she said that your countenance, your affect, you weren't really happy about it. She said that you looked frustrated or angry. while you were going, what you were going to when you were summoned to the judge's chambers, or at least how did that go? How did you find out that you needed to go to the judge's chambers?
When she saw me, I was going to the bathroom. And it was a whole thing. Like, I had got locked in the jury bathroom, and I had to come out open court, like, because I couldn't get back. It was just so it
out of context. That was out of context.
So sometimes we can misread the tea leaves, right? So and shout out to Miss Sylvia again, because she's just reporting on kind of what she sees, and what we see sometimes it can be accurate, or what we see sometimes we can miss some context. So what you're saying is, in fact, that you are the mole. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm not speaking on it. My attorneys will have a fit.
So is she the mole or not? So she is the damn mole. She the only one that would have reason to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? And again, in this motion that we are looking at, it looks like you're asking for two things. It looks like you're asking for a motion to quash the hearing tomorrow, and additionally, you are asking for a motion to recuse the judge. Can you tell us just briefly kind of what is a motion to quash, and why is this something that you want? What is quash?
I mean, I guess in layman terms, like, I guess what my mom said when she saw it, she said, does squash mean squash? And I'm like, no.
I like that.
I mean, just without, like, my attorneys, they did a really good job. They've done a really good job. They've all been there. And, I have attorney Gabe Banks, Julius Collins, Kristen Nobe, Nicole Mormon, and Kyle. And they all are great attorneys, and they put a lot of work into this, and I appreciate them so much. But I guess the thing now is of course, we all know that the motion to recuse, which we've been hearing about for weeks now from several motions to recuse, was denied. And also Judge Glanville decided not to grant a certificate of immediate review, which was interesting. And then he did not let them at all address the motion to quash. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I'm not allowed to speak on that until that happens. I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow or what happens next as far as that goes.
Gotcha. So the motion to quash has not been ruled on. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but the judge did rule on the motion to recuse?
Yes.
And I guess he denied it. He said it ain't going nowhere, right?
Yep.
Time are you planning on showing up tomorrow if you don't hear anything, or what time are y'all supposed to be there?
9:30, I believe.
9:30. And is that supposed to be in open court, or is that going to be a separate secret meeting? Have you heard?
I would believe it would be in open court. I mean, everything else has been in open court.
Gosh. Now, one of the people that was indicated to be there at the secret meeting was the court reporter, and they have been going back. The judge and defense counsel have been going back and forth about, number one, when a transcript will be ready for the defense to review, and number two, if the transcript will be redacted, if some of the things in the transcript would be blacked out. Have you heard anything about the judge wanting the transcript done before this hearing that y'all have to go to tomorrow? Is there any connection with that?
I'm not sure, but I do know that my attorneys are asking for opportunity to review it as well.
Gotcha. And so you have, and just to be clear, you have your own attorneys who are not necessarily, they're not representing anyone else in the case, not like Young Thug or Shannon or anybody. They are solely there to represent you on this particular motion. Is that right?
Correct.
Or I guess I don't want to call it a motion. I don't even know what it is, because it sounds like the judge just sua sponte said, hey, we're having a hearing on the 25th. And is it your idea, because it certainly seems to me this way, but is it your idea that the judge, at least when he made this show cause order, that he was kind of looking to see, if you should be held in contempt? Is that right?
I guess that's what it is. You guys have read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. And the last attorney that the judge did this with was Brian Steele. And Brian Steele. Mm-hmm. And Brian Steele was ordered to go to basically be incarcerated for 20 days. Basically the whole
y'all, we're taking my baby crying.
No problem. Shout out to the babies. We love the kids, okay? So the last attorney that this happened to was Brian Steele. Mm-hmm. He was ordered to go to be incarcerated every weekend for 10 consecutive weeks. He filed, or attorneys on his behalf filed motions to fight that, and went to the Supreme Court here in Georgia, and the Supreme Court issued a stay. Mm-hmm. If the judge, and no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow, or even if the hearing is going to happen tomorrow, if the judge does have the hearing tomorrow and finds you in contempt and also wants to sentence you to 20 days in jail, are you going to, do you think you would anticipate filing a similar motion to the Georgia Supreme Court to fight that? Or kind of, what's your ideas about what might happen tomorrow?
I guess that's what I would have to do. I mean, that's just what I would have to do. But, I have no clue as to what's going to happen tomorrow.
Gotcha. And it's just, is Attorney Milnick, is he scheduled to I guess, was he ordered to show up to this as well, even though he wasn't in the hearing? No. Man, so you just
But he has been very supportive throughout the whole situation, and I highly doubt that he won't be there tomorrow.
Gotcha. I know he feels bad. I know he feels bad about this, because no one expected it to blow up this way.
Right.
And guys, we notice as attorneys, when we're covering for you, and it becomes this big piece of mess. Guys, we didn't get any money from it. The attorney got all of the money. We're just doing it on the strength as a favor. And now we got to stay in a different state and show up to court and risk incarceration.
Right.
Grace said, listen, she knows. We get it. Wait, you got all the money, but I'm doing the work, right? Amy, do you have any questions? I never want you to feel excluded.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking as you guys were talking, Kayla, how have you felt about all the media coverage and all the attention on this? Because it's been everywhere. It's been on Law and Crime, all over YouTube, social media, the news. How have you felt about all that?
I don't know. I just take it a day at a time. I just feel like it just comes with the territory. It's not the first time. It maybe this big, but it's not the first time I've been in something related to my job. But it just comes with the territory.
Yeah. Do you find that people were reporting on things accurately?
I think they are doing the best they can with what they have. Mm-hmm. One thing that I can say I'm definitely grateful for is that I haven't seen anything negative about me, and I've had a lot of support. At first I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But it could have went so many ways, and I'm just thankful that it's not something that, has me feeling down.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good, because it's also kind of just listening to what you were saying about the other attorney, Melnick, because I don't think anybody expected.
They was asking why names didn't match. I'm glad you weren't paying attention to the Law and Crime chat. They some assholes over there.
For all of this to happen,
Right.
Yeah.
100%, and I totally agree with what you're saying, Miss Bumpus, about the support that you have been given. Everybody loves you over here. We got 8,000 people in here. Somebody write Miss Bumpus. Somebody write Miss Bumpus in the chat, man.
Well, y'all follow me on Instagram.
Yes. What is your Instagram?
It's Bless Squire, BLESSSQUIRE.
Bless Squire, I love that. And they can follow you, and if they want your legal representation for any criminal or personal injury, they can also hit you up. Is that right?
That's correct.
And you have offices. Do you have an office in Houston? Do you have an office here? Or kind of where? Both.
Office.
All right. So if you get in an accident in Houston or down I-85 on this one, now it's been said that you and Miss Hilton are sorority sisters. Is that right? Do y'all know each other from before? You're like, no, we ain't know any sororities.
No,
I did not know that. Was this your first time meeting her when you showed up about this case?
No, she's my friend.
Oh, y'all friend.
But I mean, not from sorority.
Got you. Did y'all go to the same law school together, or how did you guys meet?
From GABWA, which is Georgia Association of Black Women Attorneys, but she was also a prosecutor under Mr. Howard when I was there.
Wow, so she's been around for some time.
Yeah, Simone is an amazing attorney. She's an amazing prosecutor. She's so smart. She's brilliant.
Awesome. So you guys are not.
According to Woody, she stank.
That's interesting. We cleared that up. That room up. You guys are not sorority sisters. Y'all didn't go to the same law school.
I mean, it's not like we're friends like where we talk. I mean, we talk in the courtroom. I mean, it's not like what people speculate. People just don't understand. Right. And people always think that being friends with the state is a bad thing, but I mean, it benefits your clients so many ways when you're.
That's how you're able to make deals. That's how. Sometimes, if you got a good relationship with the prosecutor as a defense attorney, your person could have killed somebody and they'll let them get off with house arrest and shit of that nature just because they fuck with you.
To everyone in the courtroom.
Right.
And when you have a relationship with everyone in the courtroom, doesn't mean you're working with the state. But I mean, if you have a prosecutor that hates you, negotiations don't go well.
They do not. And if there's one thing that you need as a criminal defense attorney, it's relationships with these people.
Yeah.
Because they're not necessarily going to make things easier for you if you have a good relationship, but they will absolutely make it harder if you have a bad relationship.
Correct.
And having a bad relationship with a prosecutor, it can really result in a worse outcome for your client. Have you been following this case from the beginning, or did you was this first on your radar when Mr. Melnick asked you to get in on it?
I've been in and out.
Okay.
I've been in and out.
Were you aware of, and again, Miss Sylvia reported on this, that, a week or two ago, Miss, your soror, Ms. Hilton, apparently she was cross-examining Woody, and when there was a break, she just burst out into tears. Were you aware of that happened allegedly, or anything about that?
Man, Woody made
no, but I mean, I was a prosecutor before, and I probably would have burst out in tears in front of everyone. I almost burst out in tears when he told me I had to stay for 10 days. So.
Okay. Have you been? So it's interesting because you've known Woody for, I think it's fair to say, let's say a few years. You represented him, and it's impossible not to hear about how he's doing on the stand.
Yeah.
And you were a prosecutor yourself. Now, removing, let's just say from your expert vantage point, particularly based on Woody's testimonies these last few weeks, considering that he's a star witness. How do you think this case is going for the prosecutors? You being a prosecutor yourself.
I'm gonna just say I'm so confused.
It's terrible.
What are you confused about?
I'm just confused about it all. I don't know. I have no comment on that. I mean, I don't know where it's going. Maybe I don't know the end game.
If you take Woody's testimony, him being a star witness, do you think that the state is meeting its burden of beyond a reasonable doubt with this witness?
Come on,
Come on, give me something.
I'm gonna talk to say like I tell my clients, that's up to the jury.
Well, no, but not only are you a regular person, so you can put yourself in the eyes of the jury, but then you're also a prosecutor, so you have an expert vantage point. because I've represented criminal defendants, but I've never worked on the prosecutor side. You guys are well aware of the beyond a reasonable doubt burden. You know, kind of how do you feel about Woody's testimony? And this is not a shot at Woody or anything. Woody's testifying how he's testifying. But do you think that his testimony these last few weeks are helpful if you were trying to convict these defendants beyond a reasonable doubt? Would you say that his testimony has been helpful?
Not in my opinion.
Yeah, why not?
It's just not.
What you mean?
It's all over the place.
What you mean?
You know, it's just hard to really know what's the truth and what's not the truth.
100%. Has this happened to you before, where as a prosecutor, you thought your star witness was going to testify one way and then they go rogue and start testifying another way? Can you explain that feeling, or kind of?
No, I've never seen anything like this.
Wow. Never. But you've had it on the defense side. I mean, you represented people where you thought they were going to testify one way and then they get up there and start nutting up or start saying.
Well, generally, I mean, not really. I mean, it's pretty consistent, because usually when the state has a witness like that, it results in a plea. I mean, they usually know when that's going to happen for the most part.
Well, explain that a little bit, because we're up here talking as law people, but we got almost 9,000 people. Explain in the chat. Explain what you mean by that. If the state has a witness like this, it usually results in a plea.
Well, generally, when see, this is just a whole different situation.
Yeah, let's just talk. We can remove it from this particular, just talking generalities. Yeah.
But usually if the state believes that a witness may not be as credible as they deemed originally, or they have some doubt in how the witness is going to testify, it's a negotiating power for the defense. Because it's like, okay, well, we don't know what they're going to say, so maybe we can just go ahead and do a time served as long as I get my conviction. Something like that.
Do you say Go ahead. Sorry, Reed.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think that they anticipated kind of where we are right now before going into that meeting?
I can't say what anybody else thought.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it seems like it was a little bit more of a surprise just from the outside looking in, but I'm wondering, how we got here, right? Like, it's one of those things where it seems like it was more of a surprise. Lee, you were going to ask a question.
Yeah, when you were a prosecutor and you had a big star witness, is it typical that you would try to prepare the witness in some way? Or can you talk to us about the relationship between a prosecutor and her star witness? Kind of what goes into that?
I mean, when I was a prosecutor, I didn't have a lot of cases like this. Like, I did I was in a fast track courtroom, so I did a lot of drug cases, a lot of non-witness victim crimes. But the most crimes that I had that may have had a witness were a lot of domestic violence, which is even harder to prep your witness, because most of the time the abused or battered person is already back in a relationship with that person. So it's kind of similar. They will recount and they will say, well, I didn't mean it like that. But like I said, there's always an explanation. You can always bring in an expert to say, well, hey, this is what people do. There's always ways to rehabilitate your witness. And that's why I say I don't know the end game. So I cannot speak to how he benefits or does not benefit the state.
Right. Shout out to Trooper Dog. Trooper Dog says the judge scheduled the show cause at the end of Friday. So maybe he's talking about this Friday. Trooper Dog says that the judge said it's going to be in camera. All right. Can you explain what in camera means to the people, Kayla?
Now, I don't know what...
and who knows if this is true or not.
I'm not too sure about what this is, but I really don't know what it's going to be. Is he trying to say on camera?
No, in camera, like in his chambers, like not open to the public. Which to me would make sense, because if you had it in open court and it's a whole hearing and you're represented and other people are represented, then there could be some questions that are asked. And it appears to me that the judge does not want all the information out about that secret meeting. In fact, the judge is actually redacting the transcript, supposedly. And he said that some of the information in that transcript, or some of the information in that meeting, is privileged. Now, you yourself, through your attorneys in the motion that you filed, you were saying, well, how could it be privileged if there was, so many people in the room, right? Can you explain to us a little bit about how privilege works and why, if there were 13, 14, 15 people in the room, why that would be an issue in terms of privilege in general?
Well, I think the main privilege that, I don't know what privilege he's saying. I can't speak to that. I don't know. But the only privilege that could have existed for me would have been attorney-client privilege. And, that is destroyed if there is a third party in the room. And I just, like I said, I can't really speak as to what happened in the meeting yet. But I'll leave it at that.
Gotcha. Shout out to the beautiful Erica with the T, says, Miss Bumpus, if you were still on as a prosecutor, number one, would you name Woody as a star witness? And number two, what approach would you have when questioning Woody or someone similar? Kind of what would your style be, and would you want to name him as your star witness?
I mean, like I said, I don't know who's next. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with this case. So I don't know what's next. So I don't know what they have or what they're doing. But I think Simone is doing a great job. She's so calm. She's remaining professional. And I just don't think there's anyone who could have done it better.
Gotcha. And it seems to me, in defense of what you're saying, it just seems like Woody does not want to cooperate with the prosecution. Not necessarily that he doesn't want to cooperate with Miss Hilton individually, or, he doesn't want to cooperate with Miss Love. It's just he doesn't want to cooperate with the state. Now,
that's what it seems like.
And what do you do when you have a star witness? Let's say you have a DV case, and the star witness is the wife, and allegedly she's been beaten up, and now, like you said, she wants to recant, or she gets up on the witness stand and perjures herself when that's kind of your witness. And what do you do in that situation when you see that she's turned against you in favor of the defense?
I mean, you just get an expert witness to say, this is a cycle of domestic violence. This is expected. This is how it happens. You get the police officer to show the body cam, what happened this day, what was actually said. You get hospital records. I mean, it's just so many ways. Like I said, you just rehabilitate your witness with what you have.
Gotcha. So you rehabilitate your witness, not necessarily through your witness's words on the stand, but you look for corroborating evidence that kind of bolsters your theory of the case.
Yep.
And it seems
and
like
what they said on that day and what happened that day, you take the jury back to that day.
Yes. And it seems like that is exactly what Ms. Hilton is doing by introducing all of these hours and hours of video footage. It sounds like she's saying, okay, well, if you don't want to cooperate today, that's fine, because we have on video what you said in 2014, what you said in 2015, what you said in 2016. Is that the strategy kind of that you were talking about as well just now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think it's working? Do you think it's
like that? I don't know. I mean, this is
I said, if you said, I said it.
That's super step.
We gonna get into Lil Rudy. Remember she said the name is Lil Rudy. We gonna get into his testimony after this, so we can see what the prosecution is dealing with.
Kayla, it's so good to get your perspective too, and just to kind of help the audience, because you've been practicing for quite some time, and you've been on both sides of it, representing defendants, but also on the prosecuting side. How long have you been in the criminal law space?
For 8 years, going on 8 years. This will be my 8th year.
Wow, look at that. That is a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Dear World Christian. Dear World Christian says, Miss Bumpus, have you ever had a witness that's this difficult? Number one. And number two, have you been able to steer back into calm waters, praying for your hearing? Have you had a witness that's this difficult that just fights you on every single thing? And if you've had difficult witnesses, how do you get them back on track?
I have never had a witness this difficult. Never. And I mean, I can't speak to this. It's like I said, it's like this situation is unprecedented, so it's not really anything that I can compare it to. I mean, there's so many defendants, there's so many witnesses, there's so much going on, and it's just really kind of all you can. You just have to be consistent, stand your ground, and keep going, keep pressing through. That's all you can do.
Now, let me ask you this. You know, theoretically, in theory, there's supposed to be a difference in how the defense attorneys approach a case versus the prosecutors, right? It seems like the defense attorneys are there to typically are not supposed to be focused on winning. They are supposed to be focused on seeking justice, right? And so if you have a client that's this difficult, a client that is fighting back so much, why is it, would you say, as a prosecutor, why would you not say, well, if this witness, my star witness or a star witness in this case, feels this strongly and is so uncooperative, why don't I just drop the whole thing? Why is it, like you were saying, that if you have someone that's just doesn't want to go through with it, why do you need to try to corroborate their testimony? Why not just drop it based on them not wanting to proceed forward?
I mean, are you saying drop the whole case or just move on to the next witness?
Drop whatever, not necessarily the whole case, especially in a case this big. But if Woody's testimony were needed for, let's say, 6 counts of a multi-count indictment, why not just drop the 6 counts and just say, okay, my star witness for this particular portion is not cooperating and he's totally unreliable, and it's just not just for me to continue with these 6 counts. Why don't I deal with the other 54? Why try to rehabilitate it?
I don't think that they feel that way. I feel like they think that, and then also, you know, they want to get those videos in, and without his testimony, they can't get that evidence in. Mm-hmm. They want the jury to see those videos. So they're just doing what they have to do to get that in, and then leave it up to the jury to decide what's credible.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now, I'm not sure how long you were in the courtroom, or I guess when you were there, the jury was not out. The jury was not watching you. Is that correct? I really don't remember. I did see the jury at certain points. Okay. Miss Sylvia was there. She's been in the courtroom for so long, and she's looked at the jury. And she came up on Friday, I think it was Thursday or Friday, and she was saying that the majority of jurors are not taking notes. Sometimes the jurors are talking to each other while the case is going on. Sometimes the jurors, have their head down, their eyes closed. Were you able to look at the jury and kind of get a sense of whether they were paying attention or not?
No, I wasn't. The moment was so heated that I don't remember. I'm trying to get home.
Were you able to go home after the hearing, or have you been here the whole time?
No, I went back home.
You went back, and then so you're back, but you're back here in Atlanta now?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Now, you mentioned that the state needs Woody to get these videos in, and apparently there's 15, 16, 17 hours of these videos. Do you think that these videos are going to keep the jurors' attention? All of these videos. Have you seen some of them? Just the interrogation videos.
I mean, I've seen what was released previously. I don't know if you guys remember when it kind of went viral when they were first released.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's about all. Like I said, I have nothing to do with this case.
Mm-hmm. And you being a prosecutor and you being able to kind of tell maybe what's engaging with your jurors and what's not, do you think these videos are going to have the intended effect of really informing the jury, or do you think maybe the jurors, some of them are just going to fall asleep or tune out? Kind of what's your take as a prosecutor on presenting 16 hours of videos to your journey?
I would say that, I mean, of course, what we saw is very edited and short clips, but it really depends on what the subject matter is and how the question is going.
But you know what the subject matter is? It's these witty interrogations. That's what it's about, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know what they're asking him. Like, you know, how the line of questioning went. Is he being cooperative? Is he being like he is right now? Or, you know, what's going on? So I just can't answer that. I can't answer that. It just really is going to depend on, you know, we only saw what was interesting or was funny. We didn't see all the hours. So I mean, unless it's like that the whole time, I can't imagine that how interested they be.
Got you. And shout out to Breezy F Baby, says she don't know Lee. God dang, stop back. All right.
He's trying to pull it out of you. He's like, come on. He's trying to heave it out.
I haven't seen it.
Too funny.
No, I feel you. Well, listen, I would love to have you come back when you are able to speak more, and obviously I really appreciate the fact that you've taken time out of your day to come up, and you are one of the best sources of information on here. You know, you've been in the courtroom, you've talked to the judge directly, you know, you have a relationship with Ms. Hilton, you talked to some of the defense attorneys, you yourself were at this secret meeting. So you have just a wealth of information about this case. And we understand, we really do, why you are constrained to answer some of these questions. And I think that's totally fair, even though if I am trying to, you know, get a little extra, little squeeze out of it. Right? But yeah.
You know, we got Glanville in the chat now.
All right.
He's watching.
That is exactly right. They watch it. And you know, I'm sure your attorneys as well would appreciate, you know, you being real circumspect about this, at least until this hearing tomorrow. And then maybe, you know, who knows, if it's tomorrow, if it's Friday, whenever it is. So I don't want to beat you up too much before my whole chat turns on me. But is there anything else that any observations or anything that you want to say to the chat or just to people out there, clear up any misconceptions about you and Miss Hilton being Soros, you know, anything about that, anything like that you want to tell the people?
I mean, I just, you know, my whole thing is it's going to play out the way it's supposed to play out, and everything happens for a reason. I don't know what that reason was, but I do believe that I was supposed to be there for whatever reason I was supposed to be there, and it was supposed to happen this way. And I'm just thankful that nobody's being too hard on me, and, you know, because what people don't understand, you may understand, but, you know, it's a lot to have worked so hard for everything that I have and then show up one day and be accused of being unethical, being accused of so many things, and then potentially being held in contempt for, you know, things that you really just kind of just...
Oh, because she was doing a favor.
I was just there, you know?
Yeah, you just showed up.
I just showed up. So at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, the first day after the first couple of days, I was, you know, in a place like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? But I'm definitely thankful that nobody's been too hard on me, and that, you know, every day people are supporting me, saying, you know, it's gonna be okay and everything, and I know it is, and that's all I have.
You got a lot of people rooting you on, cheering you on. We're all gonna be in this chat tomorrow, like, go Kayla.
Yes, you mentioned one of your attorneys is named Gabe. And I remember an attorney named Gabe from this whole Fannie Willis, Nathan Wade trial, where I think Nathan's actually, it was kind of a situation like yours where Terrence, who was Nathan's law partner, was kind of representing him in the divorce, but then of course Nathan was doing all the work himself. But is that the same Gabe that was involved in that case that I think was talking to Terrence? Is that the same one, or do you know anything about that?
I'm not sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Can you tell everybody if they were in a car accident or if they get locked up on an ag assault, where can they find you and how can they get in contact with you?
Well, yeah, so I have my Instagram, which is Bless Squire. And I also have the PI Princess. Both those are my real Instagrams. I can put them in the chat or something.
Yeah, you can put them in the chat.
My phone number is on both those pages.
Gotcha. And actually, they might not allow you to put links in the chat if that's what you're going to put. If you were, you can put it in the private chat, and then AB can.
Yeah, we put your Instagram there.
Oh yeah, somebody put it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jareel's Crazy World says, did you feel intimidated when you walked into the secret meeting, and did it feel like it was an atmosphere meant to make you uncomfortable?
Well, I can't talk about that.
Oh, you almost got it. You almost had it. Great questions. Those were very insightful questions. And shout out to Kate Cooper, said, Kate Cooper just followed you on Instagram. So y'all can follow Miss Bumpus on Instagram. And you mentioned how you have gotten so much support and encouragement. We over here have been behind you the whole way. So shout out to Miss Bumpus. Everybody loves you over here. Everybody's rooting for you. And everybody's supporting you. So we hope that you can come back. You'll be willing to come back when you're able to speak a little bit more freely. We all understand why you are, again, constrained in your communications about this case. And even being so constrained, you have given some very valuable information and insights about this case. So everybody write Miss Bumpus. Everybody write Miss Bumpus in the chat. And thank you so much for coming up. And hopefully you'll be able to come back. And you're always welcome to hit the link and come up anytime you feel like it. All right.
Thank you guys so much. And I will come back. Because
she's gotten a whole nother level of fame and notoriety. So if she's good at her job, her stock gonna go up too. Her clientele gonna go up.
I have so much to say.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank y'all for spamming Miss Bumpus, and thank you so much for coming up. And again, we look forward for you coming back. All right. Or talks about it.
Oh God. Okay, guys, hold on. We are.
All right, we're going to the top 50 little woody moments from the YSL trial.
Okay, can you do something first before you play that? Hold on a minute. Can you do something first before you play that? Can you give us a little rundown of, they say you pronounce it Woody, not Woody. But anyway, can you give us a rundown? Can you give us a rundown of who he is and what he, I know he's supposed to be testifying, I know. But can you give us a rundown of who he is? And
he a snitch.
Yeah. So this is the thing. He's a snitch that don't want to snitch no more.
Yes. But all his snitching is already captured on 20 hours of interrogation video.
Right.
He once snitched for 9 hours straight. That has to be a world record.
Right. Okay.
But he was once Young Thug's friend. That's what they played today. They played a phone call of him and Thug where he violated his probation, and Thug was like, he violated probation because he didn't do community service. Thug was like, I get your lawyer. Fuck this shit. They was friends, and now he the one that got them facing.
Well, can you tell us if you know why he initially decided to snitch?
Because he didn't want to go to jail on a probation violation of probation charge. He got caught with a gun.
Okay, all right.
And he just started telling. They wasn't looking at Thug. This nigga was just telling. I can tell you anything you want to know.
Okay, so what do you think made him change his mind about snitching?
This court case being damn near international.
Oh, God. Okay, guys.
He is going down as the face to tell it.
Cause they my shoulders.
What is 372?
Numbers.
And does the 372 correspond to the letters of DRC on the phone pad?
It could. I don't know. I gotta look at the phone pad. How do you look at the phone pad to tell? You gotta be specific. Sure.
You gotta be
Would the two
specific.
of you go out?
I go out with anybody, even you.
I'm not asking about me. For Echo Hotel and what's it for Echo?
Get back.
He don't drink water.
If he said I said it.
This is what he said she stank. I think they redacted that part, but he said she
I'm
stank.
not asking about me. For Echo Hotel and what's it for Echo?
Get back.
Get back.
Trey, hold on, Trey.
It's here to
Wait a
rain.
minute, Trey, wait, hold on. Now, I've heard about this comment and what he made. So, is he going to say that, like, on the stand?
Yes, in open court. He didn't give a fuck. He said she stank. I'm not exaggerating how he said it. He said it just like that.
Hold on, because you be lying sometimes. Like, you
let
will
me
lie.
find the clip. Let me find the clip. You go ahead.
What? I'm just asking a question. I want to know if he really said that and if he said it in open court. That's it, because I ain't see it. Oh, he done left. Y'all, listen. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay. Now he gonna find the clip, y'all. Are we in two chats tonight? Because I ain't even paid attention. Oh, Jesus, have mercy.
Yes.
Okay, guess what?
We're on two channels.
Okay, back to the he called the lady stank. So she was questioning him, right? And he just outright called the woman stank.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
You got the clip,
stank. I'm looking. I typed in "Lil Woody, you stink," but it's a whole bunch of other clips popping up. It's showing Miss Bumpers
Ebro
getting
said
fired
it's
and
something
stuff.
about. Ebro said he was saying something about her perfume stank. That's a different stank. That's not her just having BO. That's him not liking her perfume. That's him not liking her perfume. That's not necessarily saying she had body odor.
She stank, truth. That's what he said. Well, anyway, maybe it'll be in this clip.
If he said I said it, I said it.
And is that true or is that not true that you left her home around 5 o'clock?
If you know something about me, I don't keep up with the time or the days. I just go with the flow.
Is it your desire to release your counsel at this point in time?
She's fired.
She's fired? Okay.
How old are you?
Okay,
what does grown mean?
I'm an adult.
Okay. And when you said you're an adult, what number in years are you?
I plead the fifth.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get you?
Okay, but you had the beef with Kel. Why not say it was Kel?
Because I had to convince them. I gotta make it seem. If I say Kel shot me, they gonna how you know. How Kel know where you stay at? So I gotta come up with something to make them know. Okay, we're taping over here. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Like,
But
listen, you keep asking me. I told you I don't know who shot at me.
when's the first time that you recall meeting Young Thug?
At the studio.
And roughly what year are we talking about?
Before I went to jail.
Which time?
Right.
Roughly 14 years. You know.
Well, I've been in jail most of that time, so.
Did you all speak while you were in jail?
A few times.
So your friendship didn't stop just because you went to jail?
What you mean?
Did your friendship stop just because you went to jail? Or
who determined when a friendship start and stop? You have to ask that again because I ain't for sure what you asked. Sure.
I'll ask you again. 2014, 2015. Have you ever? I'll wait till you finish.
I'm tired.
You and I both. While y'all were in school, did y'all develop a friend?
He was yawning and shit, stretching his arms. She was like, I'll wait till you done. I'm tired, motherfucker.
Trey, I believe it's gonna be a whole comedy show at this point with this right here. I've been hearing about this new testimony, but I ain't really honestly went and paid attention because I knew you were.
He didn't got the week off from snitching. He ain't got to do no telling this week. They arguing over they trying to get interrogation videos admitted.
Oh wow. Are his interrogation videos out there? No.
Yes.
Are you gonna play those?
No.
Why not?
Cause they old. And they gonna end up playing them at the trial.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Nope.
At some point in time, did you ever develop a friendship with Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that?
I don't know when, but at one point we became cool.
Okay. And when you say cool, what do you mean?
COOL.
I didn't ask you to spell it. I asked you what you mean. So you say you don't remember telling him?
The most difficult witness ever after all that telling he did on the interrogation video. I know she like, motherfucker, you don't want to tell now?
They want to knock his head off. The prosecutor want to honestly knock his head off. This shit funny. I heard about this Trey. That's why it tickled me because people been telling me about it, but I ain't really went and listened to it.
About what happened
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that. So can you start asking me where I supposed to told Detective Thorpe? Because I'm telling you now, if he said that I said anything about anything, I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
Great. Well, I want to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe about. Now,
keep in mind now, Lil Woody is a killer. He a killer now. She talking to a killer like this. He telling you, I'm tired, lady. I will strangle you.
Mr. Coleman, do you have a nickname?
And he free. It ain't like he going into a jail cell every time this testimony over. He get to go home. He walking the streets.
She crazy as hell. But she doing her job. I mean, I get she doing her job, but still.
She better leave that crazy nigga alone. That's why Miss Love ain't irritating. She know he a killer.
Do you
ask me a question?
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
Psycho.
Okay. You never met any of his family members?
I never met none of his family members.
Okay. What about any of his girlfriends?
What you mean?
Have you ever met any of the people he ever dated?
I don't know how he's seen him, but I've seen him with girls.
Okay, so you met some of the people that he may or may not have dated.
I guess. Say what now?
Tell me who you recognize in 380 Yankee.
Oh, me and Coco.
Who's Coco?
The ugly boy right here.
Okay. She pokey at the club.
You want me to be honest with you? I think I just did. I just told you the God honest truth of what I did from January from 2014 until 2021. Every time they got me, they already know me. They already know I got a whole bunch of bullshit to say.
I'm gonna ask you to refrain from cursing. What?
Oh, sorry, everybody. No disrespect. I'm sorry about that. But
overruled, sir. Overruled, sir.
Why did you have the gun at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I just plead guilty to it.
Did you tell officers that you were trying to sell that gun, and that's why you had it at the Dunbar Recreation?
Again, I was going to jail.
Did he ever threaten you to give a name?
Nah, but he kept asking me to make me say a name, and like how you keep asking me a question. I'm gonna say something to answer you, so you can stop asking me the same question. Why would I lie to convince them to not go to jail?
Right.
But they don't know that I'm lying.
Well, they didn't let you go immediately, did they?
Sometimes they let me go.
Right. But
so when the time they let me go, I thought I was smarter than them.
Did the detective say that they had to fact check what you said before they let you go?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Did the detectives tell you that they had to fact check what you were telling?
Sure.
And you know, in certain situations.
Right. And so what benefit would it be to lie if they told you that they had to fact check you?
Oh, it wasn't no benefit, because what they did was they picked and choose where they wanted to take from me, and they still left me in jail, so they came back and beat me in the butt.
Okay.
You not know anyone, or you just see it? Why can't you?
Objection, Your Honor. Ask for answers to the Oh, sir.
Why can't you recognize?
What you mean?
Do you not see? What do you mean? You say you don't know.
I can't recognize the picture.
Do you see yourself in that picture?
No.
Do you not see yourself?
The picture blurred.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in a little more detail that you walked up and you tried to dap up Kel, but he did not grab your hand?
I'm not walking up down nobody up.
Now, do you recall independently that after Thug told Kel, beef ain't over with until you pay for my window, you shot my window, that you told Kel what you told Kel?
Yes.
What do you remember telling Kel?
Yes.
So you told Kel, yes?
Yes.
So was that your Instagram account back in 2015?
My Instagram account is Woody vs. Woody.
I asked that
from back then. I think my Instagram account is the same account as it is today. Woody vs. Woody. I'm not 100% sure. I done did so much time away from society. You asking me about something I don't know. I don't know how to answer these questions. I don't really, a lot of this stuff you talk about, I've been through too much to be trying to remember certain stuff or these questions you asking me. Like, you discombobulated me up here. Like, you want me to lie? You want me to tell the truth? I can't tell you the truth. If you sit here, you want, I don't know how to answer these questions. I mean, like, I don't know what y'all got going on. Like,
you gotta stop.
Like, you asked me about 2015. What somebody said to the investigators.
Y'all, what is trying?
You know how many investigators tried to question me about this?
Yes, and we're going to talk about a few.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Walmart?
I was playing basketball. The police came and locked me up.
And why did you find me?
Because I'm Woody.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Did you have a gun at the Dunbar?
I had a basketball in my hand.
You said you consider yourself 372. What was 372?
It ain't for you to know.
I'm going to ask you again, Ms. Coleman. What was 372?
372.
Was that a game?
What do you define as a game?
Mr. Copeland,
I can't answer your question if I don't know what you're talking about.
was it you and a group of people a part of 372?
And what's a group of people?
You reign truth.
You gotta stop. Like, honestly, you gotta stop.
What?
This is funny.
What I need to skip back.
That means that, listen, man. Not so much. Did you hear what he said? You walked away. You don't even know what was said. He said that. Trey, this can't be a real trial. America is being pumped. I'm telling you. This cannot be real. I'm sorry.
Real testimony.
You done went up and got a damn snack. What you eating?
Investigators tried to question me about this.
Yes, and we're going to talk about a few.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Dunbar recreation center?
I was playing basketball. The police came and locked me up.
And why did the police lock you up?
I don't know how to answer these certain stuff or these questions. These questions, I don't really, a lot of this stuff you talk about first with it. I'm not 100% sure. I done did so much time.
We're talking about the IG.
Away from society. You asked me about something I don't know. I don't know how to answer these questions. I don't really, a lot of this stuff you talk about, like, I've been through too much to be trying to remember certain stuff or these questions you asking me. Like, you discombobulated me up here. Like,
you discombobulated with a G.
That shit ain't real. This man is actually on the stand testifying like this.
Woody know big words.
Woody don't know no big words.
He just said discombobulated.
Trey.
With a G.
He said, ma'am, I done been through so much.
And all the co-defendants just in there looking at him.
Yeah, he probably scared shitless at this point. Like, honestly. Oh, shit. This shit is funny. Okay, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I've been through too much to be trying to remember certain stuff or these questions you asking me. Like, you discombobulated me up here. Like,
oh no, he said it right. Discombobulated.
You want me to lie? You want me to tell the truth? I can't tell you the truth. If you say here, I don't know how to answer these questions. I mean, like, I don't know what y'all got going on. Like, for real. Like,
you trying to confuse my nigga. What she got going on? For real. Now, I'm trying to help you, but you ain't helping me help you.
This shit funny as hell.
2015, what somebody said to the investigators. You know how many investigators tried to question me about this?
Yes, and we're going to talk about a few.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Dunbar recreation center?
I was playing basketball. The police came and locked me up.
And why did the police lock you up?
Because I'm Woody.
Did you have a gun at the Dunbar recreation?
I had a basketball in my hand.
You said you consider yourself 372. What was 372?
It ain't for you to know.
I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Coleman. What was 372?
372.
Ain't none of your business, lady.
I had a basketball in my hand.
Yeah, when they came and locked him up, he was hooping.
Oh, shit.
Was that a game?
What do you define as a game?
Mr. Copeland,
I can't answer your question if I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it you and a group of people a part of 372?
And what's a group of people?
Are you married?
Nope.
Are you in a relationship?
Nope.
Right. Do you have children?
You know that.
Okay. I do, but the jury doesn't. Do you have children?
Yep.
All right. How many?
More than one.
All right. Do you have more than 3?
I might, ain't no telling.
Okay, that's fair.
I might, ain't no telling.
Damn.
Children.
Yep.
All right.
This is why she cried one day after testimony during the break.
I would have cried too.
Stand this nigga.
I would have cried too, Trey. I would have cried too. Fuck it.
I had been told my co-counsel to take over. Hey man, you talk to this nigga.
How many?
More than one.
All right. Do you have more than 3?
I might, ain't no telling.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have 2 that you know of?
Yeah.
All right. And how old are your 2 children?
The same age.
What's that?
I don't know. Y'all been having me in jail so long, I can't recall.
Were you in jail on Friday? Prior to?
Y'all been having me in jail like he ain't actually committed none of these crimes. Miss Hilton ain't had nothing to do with you being incarcerated, sir.
He said y'all done had me in jail. Yeah, it's they just threw him in jail for no reason. Just threw him in jail. Lord Jesus.
All after telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in jail Friday.
Were you in jail on Thursday?
Thursday came yet.
No, last Thursday.
I felt like it.
What type of things would you do instead?
What you mean?
Did y'all go out? Did you go shoot dice? What type of things did you do?
Things young black men do in the neighborhood.
I don't know what young black men do in the neighborhood.
Try to survive and stay away from the police.
Do anything else besides trying to survive and stay away from the police?
Yeah, get locked up.
Remember or do not remember?
I told you already, I don't remember. You keep asking me.
So if you don't remember, just say you do not remember. Your Honor, I'll ask.
Oh, no, I'll sustain the question. I'll sustain the review.
Your Honor, I'll ask. You can instruct Mr. Copeland if he does not remember, just to say he does not remember.
Mr. Copeland, just answer the question to the best of your ability, okay?
I thought I did, Judge.
I
told her I don't remember no conversation I had with. She trying to cross me up. She trying to say this and that when I.
She trying to cross me up. I already asked you what you mean and what y'all own. She still trying to cross my guy up like he ain't no killer.
I don't tell the police anything they wanted to hear for them to.
Now he talking to the judge like
me over and over.
You have to answer the question, sir, okay?
About how old were you all when you took this picture?
I don't know.
Do you have hair on your head when you take the picture?
What you trying to
took the picture?
It looked like I got hair on my head.
Okay. How long ago have you been bald?
When I got out of prison.
Okay. So this is before you went into prison?
This is an old picture.
And that's what I need to know. Thank you very much. When you are addressing or talking about, how do you distinguish the 2 little D's from each other?
What you mean?
Do you call one of them Little D from Cleveland?
If you ask me which little D I'm talking about.
And that's what I'm asking you. When you are
you should have asked me that.
Mr. Copeland, which little D?
I remember what I said to him.
Do you recall?
Because at that point he had put too much pressure on me and you know what I mean?
You recall telling the detective that?
I guess I don't remember what I said to him.
Do you recall?
Because at that point he had put too much pressure on me and You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, because he told me, I remember him saying he want that gun. That's all I remember him kept saying. He want that gun.
And when you say putting pressure, what do you mean?
The same thing you doing to me now. You keep putting pressure on me.
Do you see Shannon in the courtroom today?
Well, I got a vision problem. Okay. I can't see that for.
All right, so if you want to stand up and look around the courtroom and look around the entire courtroom, tell me if you see Shannon in the courtroom today.
Now he don't want to tell you.
Do you sit down?
He act like he was about to
I ain't had nothing to drink.
Do you want some water?
You gonna give me a drink?
I'll get some water.
I don't drink water.
Well, I don't have nothing else for it.
This is ghetto. He wanted to drink. She got water. I ain't got nothing else for you. Ma'am, you with the state can't afford a Coke?
He
This
said
is
he want
time
a
when
damn drink.
you can't get your star witness a drink.
Damn.
He's supposed to be looking around the court so he can point out the witness and he fall back like he about to fall. They're like, you okay? And he said, I don't drink water. He don't drink water, ladies and gentlemen, just drinks.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Do you need to sit down?
Nah, I can light here. I ain't had nothing to drink.
Do you want some water?
You gonna give me a drink?
I'll get some water.
I don't drink water.
Well, I don't have nothing else for it. But I will put some water up there for you.
You don't drink water.
Who am I looking for?
Shannon.
I think I see him.
Okay. When you say you think, you got to see. When you say you think you see him, what do you think he's wearing?
Look like he wearing gray over there.
So who are you pointing to over there that's wearing gray?
I think lady got red hair.
Okay, so you pointing to a lady and not Shannon?
No, the one behind her.
Okay, so you're saying you believe that the person behind the lady with the red hair is Shannon. Is that what you're saying today?
What it look like?
Okay. Does anybody else over there look like Shannon?
Who is Shannon? Is Shannon Young Thug?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Young
So they
Thug is
actually called
different.
him. They actually called him Young Thug in the courtroom.
No, his name is Jeffrey.
Jeffrey
Williams. Yeah, all these rappers got regular names. They got regular names, ma'am.
I know they got regular names, but Jeffrey?
Yes.
How you get Young Thug out of Jeffrey?
Why not? I'm just saying, why not?
Okay, who is Shannon, Trey?
It's a co-defendant.
Okay. So it's a thug sitting there named Shannon and Jeffrey.
Yes. And Woody.
Wow.
Okay. Woody named Kenneth.
Damn. Okay.
We all have good names.
Uh-huh.
Who's the other person who looks like Shannon over there?
He's standing behind the bald head dude right there.
He's standing or he's sitting?
I sit down, I guess.
Okay. What's his hairstyle?
Bald head.
So you saying Shannon's the one with the bald head?
Behind the bald head. I think they two people with dreads. I can't just see dreads.
And yet are you sitting at interview when outside of investigator Gaither, outside of investigator Gaither and investigator Dennis?
Unless you don't count the ghosts that's in there with me.
Okay. You have permission to approach?
Yeah. Hey, Judge.
Sir.
I'm hot. Can I take this sweat off?
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither in his January 28th interview that Thug said, nigga, I don't care about none of it. Look what y'all got going on. You still shot at me. Just pay for my window. I'm gonna pay for my window. Hey man, I ain't letting that go.
Yes.
Yes, you remember Thug saying that?
Thug said that?
Are you saying yes, that's what you told Detective Gaither?
I know I ain't complete school, but I think I'm speaking proper English. I told you, I don't
He got sassy. He got sassy, like, hold up. Sick of this shit.
I know I ain't complete school, but I think I'm speaking proper English. I told you, I don't recall nothing I said to no police. You keep sitting right here asking me the same question.
Polices. Plural.
Proper English. I told you, I don't recall nothing I said to no police. You keep sitting right here asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. I'm tired of it. I'm drained.
Okay. Well, if you just answer the questions properly.
I answer the question. You ask me, I say yes, yes. You keep, when I say yes, you ask me the same question over and over and over and over and over.
But did you just tell the court and the jury that you're saying yes just to move the process along?
I think I said it loud and clear.
So again, will you just answer the questions and we can move the process along?
You keep asking. Okay, yes.
Is that, what are you answering yes to?
Your question.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
You have permission to approach?
No.
She's asking me that, Mr. Copeland, okay?
All right, okay.
This nigga said no when he thought she was talking to him. He said no.
We being punked. This ain't no trial. This not a real trial. We being punked.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have permission to approach?
No.
She's asking me that, Mr. Copeland, okay?
All right, okay.
Counsels, you.
Do you recall at all talking to this detective about what happened that Monday night at Club Crucial with you and Kel? The fight between you and Kel?
Stop it! Stop it!
Stop what?
The lawyer asked the judge permission to approach. That dude said no.
Truth, you behind. I said that already.
No, I just heard it. You must have replayed. I didn't hear what you said the first time. You were laughing. I ain't get what you were saying.
Yes, I replayed it because he was stupid.
I'm over here on mute. I'm dying laughing.
You said you do not have permission.
I'm sorry. I'm over here weak. I'm crying, Trey. I am crying. This can't be real. I have never heard a witness testify like this. Ever.
The star witness.
But I done seen some witnesses that was subpoenaed and didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, testify. But I ain't never seen no witness act like this ever.
I don't give him no fucks.
I recall nothing specific that me and him talk about outside of the shooting with my child. And I barely remember some of that stuff. You talking about some years ago when I don't even know what I did 3-4 days ago. Yes.
Yes, you remember telling Detective Gaither that?
I don't remember what I done told the police.
Let me ask you this. Are you just saying yes now to speed up your question?
Whatever the word is you use, when I don't know, I can't answer that.
Okay. Do you recall telling your girlfriend when it was just the two of you, I did when he jumped out the car? I know exactly who I saw.
I don't. At that point, it was so much pressure on me. Yeah, I'm a daughter crime, trying to take her to the hospital. somebody pull up on me soon. I'm trying to figure out whether maybe he had a gun to go to the hospital. It's all type of stuff going through my mind. I don't know. Too much going on. Yeah, I can't because she keep asking these questions and.
Mr. Copeland, just take a breath, okay? We do need to take down your testimony, so you do need to speak a little slower, all right? Okay?
All right. There was some investigator right there talking to me, but when he looked and see who I was, he called somebody, then they went jumping out the sky, coming out the bushes, every which way. They pushed me right there. I don't know who it was they pushed.
Earlier, I asked you about whether you were concerned about being labeled a snitch. Do you recall telling Detective Copeland?
Detective who?
Excuse me, Detective Copeland. Detective Curry.
Now I'm a detective.
Or was it? I made a mistake. Sorry. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that she was present at the pool party that occurred prior to the shooting on the highway?
I don't know, I guess.
Do you remember? Do you not remember?
What I'm trying to tell you is our conversation was about something that I said in the past.
I understand. I'm asking you.
Just to Copeland allow to finish this. Okay, all right. Mr. Copeland, do you need to finish your answer?
No, I need a break. I need a break.
What the fuck? Oh.
Yes, that's kind of
At some point, did you wake up?
I had to. I'm here today.
At some point, did you wake up? This nigga said, I had to. I'm here today. Okay, last one I got is this. It's one of the videos one of the interrogation videos they trying to admit into testimony. Yeah.
Please be seated.
Okay.
Him telling.
All right, we're back on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Cleve Adams et al. In 22 SC 183572. All right, Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Botts and Mr. Sharp, good morning. All right, Mr. Williams, Mr. Steele, and Mr. Adams, good morning. All right. Good morning, Mr. Haltwinger. Where's Mr. Monsberg? I saw him walking around here a second ago. All right. Okay, he's here. All right.
We want the stuff to stop. If y'all just making music, I like rap music. I like some thug music every now and then. But that ain't what's going on. That's a fake card for killing all this other stuff. Exactly.
One more time, please.
That's not the exhaustion. That's being real, like. We want the stuff to stop. If y'all just making music, I like rap music. I like some thug music every now and then. But that ain't what's going on. That's a fake card for killing all this other stuff.
That's it. It ain't started it until we got with Thug. Oh, he was telling. This is why Thug got a Rico. It ain't started till we got with Thug. Oh.
Okay. Detective Dennis on lines 14 through 16. Part of it is I like some of Thug's music now and then, or to that effect. It's not if he has any. And then on line 22 of 499, it does say it didn't start until we got with Thug.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just listening to it. Okay, so Jenny, you want to listen to it as well? I mean, I'll give you that to give the opportunity to do so.
I don't disagree that what's in the transcript is
It's not quite accurate. It's close. In regards to that particular portion, what Detective Dennis starts off with. Okay. All right. Based upon the court's listening to this particular portion of lines 14 through 22, the court is of the opinion that it is opinion by Detective Dennis and it is speculation, so I'm going to exclude it at this time and omit it.
Mr. Copeland knows the individuals to whom he's been talking about. He has spent time with them. He is friends with them. He considers some of them like his brothers. We have pictures of them together. So he can, based upon his own opinion, can say, this is who I think will talk to you all, based upon his interactions and his lay opinion, Your Honor. So the fact that he tells them, here's who I think you should talk to, here's who I think will talk to you, is a proper opinion that he can give. And it's clear that it's an opinion because he talks about Doo-Wop versus Shannon versus Demikion. And he tells them, here's who I think you should go to first. But if you go to this person first, they're going to know that I told something.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Hijack you just for a second.
Sure.
Did you ask Mr. Copeland about this on direct already?
Ask Mr. Copeland
about any of his discussions with Detective Dennis in regards to this part of the investigation. I don't recall that being asked.
About if he told the detectives who he should speak with in regarding this case. No, I don't believe I asked him directly that specific question.
I'm gonna exclude it for foundation right now. I'm not saying it may not be admissible for other reasons later, but I agree with Mr. Adams. It is speculation and opinion. It's not relevant under 401 at this point in time. However, having said that, if somebody opens the door as to it, or if you continue with your direct examination, lay a foundation as to ask him any about that, then I'll reconsider.
Regarding page 361.
Yes, line 15 through 17. And I believe the portion that's at issues where he says Shannon shot Nut is what the court wanted to hear. I had asked him questions about the murder of Donovan Thomas.
Can I just go back and make sure we're on the same page with everything leading up to this? Because, Your Honor, I know what Ms. Hilton's speaking of, but I also had in my notes 361 through 10. So can I just confirm?
361 line 1 through 362 line 10?
361 line 10 to 362 line 10.
Okay, I originally had line 1. All right, so okay.
So 361 line 1 through 12 say the state has agreed that that's coming out. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, so all of this is in dispute, right?
No. From what you gave us originally, the only thing that was in dispute was Shannon shot a Lil Wayne's tour bus. Shannon shot Nut. Shannon does whatever Thug says.
On my list, it says page 361, line 1 to 362, line 10.
All right, so is the state agreeing to a portion of this to be redacted, or what do you say?
The only portion that we agreed to be redacted is on line 16, Shannon shot up that tour bus.
Okay. Line 16, and that's on page what now?
Page 361.
All right, and
just some of the stuff he telling you, man. He telling
the specific sentence is Shannon shot up that tour bus. And I believe, Your Honor, on Monday, you were holding off ruling to determine whether or not I had asked Mr. Copeland about the murder of Donovan Thomas. And you wanted me to confirm with Madam Court Reporter that I did ask Mr. Copeland while on the stand about the night of Donovan Thomas's murder. Would be impeachment by prior inconsistent statement, impeachment by contradiction. He said, I made it up to clear myself, and that's it.
You sure?
That's not true. The state's skipping a step. First of all, impeachment by contradiction is bringing in, it's not supposed to be prior inconsistent statements.
No, it's anything that the witness testifies inconsistently with earlier.
Respectfully, that's what prior inconsistent statements are.
It can be.
Contradiction is witness named Jeff says the light was red at the time of the crash. You bring in witness Brian that says no, the light was actually green at the time of the crash. That's impeachment by contradiction. You bring in another witness to testify about how the first witness was incorrect or wrong or contradicting. Prior inconsistent statements is a type of impeachment contradiction using a witness's prior statements. And so what the state is missing here is they're saying, did Demekion, they're saying the foundation is laid by saying, did Demekion, was Demekion in the car? Did Demekion say, Kenneth Copeland is saying no. But that's not the correct question to lay the foundation for prior inconsistent statements. They need to say very specifically, they need to ask, did you tell police that Demekion Garlington told you this on this date? That lays the foundation. And they're also confusing the issue by including Shannon in these conversations, which has never been said by Mr. Copeland. So if they say, did Demekion and Shannon, did you tell the police that Demekion and Shannon told you that so-and-so, whatever happened on January 10, 2015, he would be correct to say, no, I never told the police that. And there would be nothing inconsistent because he has never put Shannon as a party to any of these conversations. They need to specifically ask, did you tell the police, not did it happen, but did you tell the police that Demekion Garlington told you this?
That's pretty much what they've been doing all week. Ooh, feedback is terrible.
Okay. All right.
They listening to the audio in their headphones. Thug listening to it. Like this nigga tell it. He lied in his head like this nigga.
Man.
Yeah, one of the phone calls.
The police, all them jump on me. That's beating it crazy, man.
That's what that's a little problem. Yeah, we're in the jail. Oh, that's definitely that. That's it, man. This
shit here is trash, bro.
Man, hey, you talking about? I know. Yeah, I know what's happening. So y'all already know what it is. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about nobody. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Man, I almost sat there in front of these folks and looked at these folks calling that shit on the phone. Yeah. I mean, get the caller. Like, call her up. She was talking around because of the probation. That's just a little bullshit. But the probation is really trying to hold you. Just because of just not their money or whatever, so I already know that all I said. I would just gave my lawyer the 3-4 bank, $25. You know, he'll bring you.
You have 1 minute left.
They get you in the courtroom for $25. You know, they don't shoot.
I don't even want that much. One lawyer had told me.
I know.
Yeah. So this, I might have these other teach you all my information. So you say you're trying to.
Yeah, I had a lawyer or whatever lawyer you choose.
I don't have none.
So I could just have somebody pull up on their son and bring their son to money then. You see what I'm saying? Or they tell them about my dad, because, you know, they probably know something about the shit. So I just make anybody go get the money. I can make them go to the club, get the money from Ken and everything. Right now, you see what I'm saying? So that ain't no question.
Shit, won't know no lawyer though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know my lawyer. I know mine. I ain't got to know hit him. You just pay him, right? Yeah, I got my card and everything. Yeah, I got my card and system and shit. So I ain't got no just hit him. Like, go check on this number right here and then go check on this name.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
I did not hear Brian or Mr. Steele's name at all.
Mr. Steele, I can't say I've heard it either. Do you have a time reference you can point me to again? I'll listen to it again.
Very 15:12 is where I'm resulting.
Okay, let's play about right at 15 minutes, please.
Hello.
Chris, can I listen to this? Okay, all right. Council, I'm going to listen to it through the ear. They're going to not play that. I do hear your audio system. You're welcome to listen to it as well again. All right. Mr. Steele, any further? They're going to edit. They're going to not play that. I do hear your name. At least what's represented to be Brian. So that will be excluded.
Not the part that you just ordered to be staged or not played.
It's not going to be played.
Be clear that we're not just playing his name, but the fact is that you know my lawyer, and we'll stop before it says Brian. And then we'll play after that as well.
All right.
I don't know the relevant. And then it gets cut off. So I'm objecting to that.
You know my lawyer.
To the relevance of, you know my lawyer.
Yeah.
Are that part of that tape? Okay. State.
We believe that as a part of the RICO conspiracy, the fact that the leader is offering up his lawyer to pay for another co-conspirator to get out of jail is relevant information. Who it is, that's fine. But the fact that he's offering up his lawyer for another co-conspirator is relevant.
Steele, anything else?
Yes, it was a conversation that got cut off. If you look at the records, or the state of others look at the records, I did not have anything to do with Mr. Copeland ever. I don't know who represented Mr. Copeland, so I believe it is irrelevant. It's just a conversation that they cut off. You don't get the entirety of the law. So if they're going to argue, they being the state's going to argue, oh, Mr. Williams is going to use his not a statement, so it's misleading. It's an incomplete statement. It's unfortunate, but I don't think anyone did it. But I think the security cuts off.
15 minutes, yeah. The other thing is, I think that, the court heard there's some conversation prior to that, because we played the last 2 minutes, in regards to representation. So I think that's what it's made in reference to, even though they don't complete the conversation. But Ms. Hilton, anything else?
That's a little weight on admissibility. He can surely ask, if he chooses to ask Mr. Copeland any questions, did you ever get a lawyer? So he can ask Mr. Copeland that question.
Mr. Steele, anything else before?
I just don't think it's needed to say my lawyer. That's what I'm objecting to. I don't mind the conversation about I need a lawyer. I think Mr. Williams says get any lawyer you want, something to that effect. It's not a quote. But I don't see the need to say, I have my lawyer, I have his business card, I can call my lawyer. I don't see how that is relevant. And then it gets cut off. So I don't know if that means what the state is saying is, oh, and then he's going to get Mr. Williams' personal lawyer for Mr. Copeland. That's not what it says.
And that would be certainly speculation.
That's
absolutely, because at one point Young Thug said, or whoever you get, you can pick your own. You got a lawyer, I hire him. But if not, I got my lawyer.
Speculation, but I think they get at least to play it based upon what they've proffered so far. I think they get to play it. And also it's very limited as to what it can be said about it. Because unless Mr. Copeland, has some frame of reference. But
I don't disagree with that, but I would like to leave it after I need money for a lawyer. These are not. But, they're discussing, I need money for a lawyer. I don't know any lawyer. A statement is made, we'll get any lawyer you want, and then just end it there, rather than I have my own lawyer and I have him on Rolodex, whatever, I don't think Rolodex would be, but whatever those terms are, at that point I would name. That's my request to the court. I also object. Let me see if the state has any.
He said you got his card on file, and so you'll just pull up. He tell you where to go, and you already got his card on file to bill him for whatever work you do.
Your Honor, relevant
issues to that.
Your Honor, relevant evidence is any evidence that tends to prove an issue. Do we believe that the fact that the leader of the gang is offering...
The prosecution has a point on this one.
His lawyer to his co-conspirator is relevant for this jury to determine whether or not there is a RICO gang conspiracy. And so we believe that is relevant, because the argument is relevant. It also comes in because it's a party opponent admission. This is the defendant, Williams, telling Mr. Copeland that I will provide. He said, it was specifically what Mr. Copeland said is, I don't know any lawyers. And he said, you can call my lawyer. That is what he actually said. So I think reading it in context, he's saying, okay, you don't know any, but I'll provide mine, or you can potentially use mine. Whether or not he used him or not, that is a question that can be asked of Mr. Copeland. But the fact that he was willing to offer up the lawyer is what is important, not the results of it.
Sir, this is a very bad point in our community if we are now going to say offering to get someone a lawyer is part of a RICO conspiracy. This is a probation revocation case on supposed non-compliance with community service. I know you haven't heard the whole. I haven't, sir. That's what the recording before we started at 13:30. That's what it's about. Mr. Copeland says, and it basically mirrors what he said on the witness stand. He said, the police had me locked up. These are my words, trumped up charges because my probation officer didn't take out a warrant on me, but the supervisor was asked by the police to take out a warrant on me because of community service hours. I will be getting out on Friday. This is a Wednesday. I'll be getting out on a Friday, and I believe it's a Wednesday. I'll be getting out on Friday when I go to court, but I don't have a lawyer, so it gets continued for me to get a lawyer. So I'm held hostage, basically, by the way the courts are. So Mr. Williams is not part of any of that conversation. He then allegedly gets on the telephone and has a conversation, and that is explained to Mr. Williams as well. I go to court Friday, but I don't have a lawyer. To then say that it's part of a conspiracy to get a lawyer for someone going to court on a probation revocation case, I think it's a bridge too far. To say you're going to get a lawyer, I don't have a problem with that.
I agree with him now too. Damn it.
But to say I offered up my lawyer because that is symbolic of a crime, it seems to me that if that type of evidence comes in courts, we are all in trouble, because that's what we want people to do. We want people to get lawyers. So I'm objecting to the state's playing that portion. I'm not objecting to the portion that Mr. Williams allegedly is on the phone and is offering to potentially help with a lawyer. I don't have a problem with that. If the state wants to then argue that's somehow part of a conspiracy, I'll argue against it. But to then go further and say, aha, and this is a crime organization and the lawyers are part of the criminal activity, I think that is under 403. It should never be said in any court unless there's proof of it. That lawyers protect criminal parties.
Your Honor, the state said, I don't even know where Mr. Steele got that last assertion from. The state said what is relevant is that he was willing to offer up his attorney to represent him. That is where it ends. And everything else Mr. Steele said is great for closing argument. The relevance of it comes in, and then he can argue all of that, what he just said in closing.
it's relevant. It's really probative than prejudicial under 403, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll allow it. I'll give you a continuing objection, Mr. Steele, in that respect. Because I understand what you're saying, Mr. Steele. It's a valid point. But what I don't want to do is I want to minimize the disruption in front of the jury. So if we have agreement, then, or if you need to just object, I'll say as earlier noted. So, yes, I think that would be a much better way to potentially present this.
I can have that right now. I can do that. So, plan is the time.
Yes, and then you could tell me, for example, to go to 12 minutes and 15 seconds. It's hearsay. It's not within an exception or speculation or whatever. And I'll let the state respond, and I can rule. Kind of similar to what I did with the audio videotape interviews. If that's the case, I think that would probably be a better use of our time.
And again, Your Honor, the portions that we sent an email yesterday are the portions we intend to play. So there's only 2 calls that we intend to play the entirety of it, but the other calls we've broken down specifically the areas that we think are relevant. So,
okay, the first call is like 15 minutes.
So only the first and the 5th call are the full 15 minutes. The call are 15 minutes. So only the first and the 5th we intend to play the full calls. However, calls 2.
Is that the June 10th call at 2038?
Yes, Your Honor. So in the June 10th call, the only portions we intended to play is 4:12 through 11:10, and then picking back up again at 11:45 through 15:26.
All right.
And then for June 13th, the only portions we intend to play is 00 through 6:05.
That's still a fair amount of time, though.
It is. So they definitely. But I just want to make sure that they're not listening to the whole tape and saying, I want to just keep the guides of what we intend to play, so the defense knows the parameters that we intend to play when they're reviewing it to determine their to determine what they're objecting to.
Okay.
Man, I swear.
All right. Then there's it. That's what they've been doing all this week, just going through what they're trying to get admitted into evidence to ask Woody about when he bring his ass back into court. What funny answers will he have laid out for us? We don't know, but we know what they're going to be, what the scope of what they're going to be asking him about is. Truth, you got anything?
That shit was fun as hell. I'm sorry.
It was. Woody is a fool. I'm ready for them to get done with this bullshit that they arguing about. They had already took off Juneteenth and stuff.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, we here for Woody, and they ain't giving us Woody this week. At least the jury happy they ain't had to be there.
Oh, damn.
Well, I don't know if they had to show up to court, but they ain't been inside this month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, y'all. To the next episode. We about
all right, bye, y'all.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us the misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bit. Oh shit, get nobody come to see you old, it's a focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloading. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, where my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. Stay gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bud and don't speak. Pour I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, smoking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in their mouth and on their booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me MoneyBoy or you can call me Nudie. Hood nigga, church's chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island, cause I like my lover choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island, cause I look my lover choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. They ain't pleading sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. They ain't pleading sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he pleading sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.